So today's mini training is all about how to create content that stands out. That is what we're going to be talking about today. I know this is something that a lot of you always ask me. So I decided to do a couple of tips for you, and hopefully you could take them and run with them. So let's get started with the first tip. So, how to create content that stands out. The first tip is to create shareable content. I always talk about shareable content, and a lot of you may not know what shareable content really means. So, create content basically that someone else would look at it and want to share it out to either a person, one of their friends, someone that needs it, or on their stories. So, this can look like quotes. Quotes are really good. A lot of people share quotes out or save them. Another thing is graphics are really good as well. People like to share graphics if they're really helpful. It's just basically shareable content is you creating a piece of content that is going to help your audience, something that is going to resonate with them, something that is going to give them a quick win. That's shareable content. So when you post, ask yourself, is this useful to my audience? Is this something that is helpful to them? That is the two main things that I ask myself all the time. You can also do entertaining content as well. That is very shareable. A lot of people share memes all the time. That is something that is shareable as well. So hopefully that clears out what is shareable content. So the second point I have, it is to create your content before you consume. So I see so much, and I used to do this all the time, and I have to stop myself because I would scroll on Instagram. I would see, different people that I follow that I love their content, and they're kind of in the same space that I am in. And I would consume their content. And then I would want to create, and either I would get stuck because I'm like, oh, but I have to do it like them. Or, oh, but now I don't like my post because I saw this person's post. Now what I do is that I actually create all my content. And as y'all know, I actually batch my content. And on Sundays is when I start creating my content. That is when I batch it all. And I do not look at Instagram on Sundays. I do not scroll. I don't want to see what anybody's doing, at least not obviously when I'm content batching. So I try to create my content before I consume it. Because like I said, I don't want to copy anybody. I don't want to be discouraged, because that's what happens. You will want to create content like them, or you'll be discouraged that you're not able to come up with things like them or create content like them. So definitely create your content before you consume it. Now, for the third point, have a clear look and feel with your content. That is so good because you need to create this look and feel so people remember you. So that is your personal brand basically. And a personal brand goes more than look and feel. If you've gotten my Slay Your Brand course, it goes more on, the feeling that you want to give off to your audience when they come to your page. But always creating a look and feel is really good as well, because you're sticking to the same colors, you're sticking to the same fonts, and that is going to create a look for you on your feed. And, depending on you, if you want to get fancy, you could do different blocks. A lot of people, I see that they do like a photo, a quote, a photo, a quote. That gets repetitive, so I don't like it. I used to do it all the time, but that's not the look and feel I'm talking about. I'm talking more of, having templates, a set template of different things. Maybe your photos look like this, your quotes look a certain way, and then having the same colors and fonts. That is key. And, like I said, a specific layout works. If it works for you, great, but I don't want you to be like tied down to a layout either. And again, this makes your content a lot more memorable. So if someone sees my post, maybe someone reposted me and they know about my page, they would see, oh, that's the Fit Boss Tribe. That's Karen's post. And the same goes with stories. I keep my same look and feel for stories as well. A lot of my stories are always pink. And I always put my captions in pink. That is my pink and purple are my colors, and also a couple of beige. And that is basically my brand all the time. And I do that even on my stories. So if someone sees my stories, I want them to know it came from me. So definitely have a clear look and feel with your content. And then the last point I want to make on how to create content that stands out is to create all the ways that you can post on Instagram. And it gets me this gets me excited, because this is why I love this platform so much and why I love Instagram. I love teaching about it because they have so many different ways that you can create content, that it never gets boring, that is always fun. There's so many different ways, and I listed them out here. You have image, just a still image on your post. You have videos. You can create 1-minute videos in your feed. You can create reels now, which reels is like the best. If you have not created your reels, if you don't do it on a consistent base, I encourage you to try it, to do it, because right now that is what Instagram is favoring, is reels. And in the upcoming class in Insta Boss Society for November, it's gonna be a masterclass all about reels. So I'm excited about that, because I know a lot of you haven't jumped on reels, which even if you don't know, just jump on it, do your first one and test it out. It is amazing. And then the next one is carousels. So it's just still images and scrolling. Those are really good as well. Stories, of course, you need to be on stories, lives like this one, and of course, graphics. So you see all the different ways you can post on Instagram. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different ways that I listed here. Maybe there's more, but that's what I thought about. And based on that, you can create such a dynamic profile that is going to be, you're going to want someone that jumps on it, and you have different stuff. You have IGTVs, you have reels, you have posts, you have videos, you have carousel posts. Like, people are going to want to stick around. People are going to want to follow you, especially if you're giving valuable, shareable information. So I hope that helps. And let me know if you have any questions. Let's see if I missed any questions. And of course, there is always a lot more ways that you can create content that stands out, but these are the 4 tips that I wanted to give you tonight that you can start implementing right away. Let me see. Oh, what did I do? I don't want to type. Okay. Yes, or you just won't be able to think uniquely. That's why I stopped looking. Yes, exactly, girl. Like, couldn't create with a clear head. That is exactly what happens to a lot of you. And this used to happen to me. And that's why I know, because you look at someone's content and you're like, I want to do that. But then you're copying them. But then you're like, okay, let me see. And then you just get stuck. And if you get stuck, then you end up not posting. And then it's a vicious circle, and you just continue with not posting. And then you end up feeling bad, because you feel like you can't create content like them. But that's not the case. You need to find your voice. You need to find your personal brand. And you just need to post what is best for your audience, because that person that you saw might have a different audience than you. So you definitely can compare. Let me see. Thank you for the information. You are so welcome. You are so welcome. Thank you guys for being here. And another thing, if you need more help, more support on your Instagram, join us inside Instaboss Society. The doors officially open October 27. I'm super excited. And I'm going through my DMs today. I still have a lot left, because I know a lot of you have been asking me questions about it. So please be patient. And if you don't have any other questions, I'm going to stay in for 1 more minute or 2, depending. But if y'all don't have any more questions, I'm going to hop off, get my workout in. I've been working out at night now, and I don't know how I feel about it. I've been working out with my boyfriend because he works out at night. So I'm like, okay, let's work out at night. All right, so I don't have any other questions. So I will be hopping off. And of course, if you have any questions later on, maybe you didn't catch the full live, this is going to be saved as an IGTV so you can watch it again. And if you have any questions while you watch it, please let me know. My DMs are always open.